Yeah. So the learning outcome is learning outcome 2. So is to be able to make and apply fundamental calculations and use of algebraic equations. That's what we want to do today. So it's not as much as the previous one. So we should be able to look at the previous ones. Look at it, not that long. So the key words here is that what's the data? When data statistics is when you say approximate, it doesn't mean that the data is like that's the exact value. It might be value just like few numbers away from it, or few numbers above it. So, for example, now if you say approximate value, it's similar but not equal to the actual data. So, for example, now if you say you approximate, if you say 63, you can say it's approximately 60. It's approximately. It's like you are rounding it up to 60. You are rounding it up to 60. That's actually what it means. So just take note of the key terms, please. So simple transaction 2 is an agreement or communication carried out between a buyer and a seller to exchange an asset for payment. So for example, now just like a normal day-to-day transaction you do, you exchange something for the other. You get it's either goods for other goods or you're exchanging money for goods. So it also involves change of status too in finances and 2 more in business too. So algebraic manipulation is manipulation in algebra is often used in simpler form or form in which easily handled or dealt with. So sometimes algebra could be like complicated when you see all those letters and terms together. So algebra can be manipulated in a simpler way so that students will be able to like have their heads around it, be able to like go and know what it actually means. So now we go in details. So these are videos you can actually watch that will help you. So what we are going to cover today is going to be we are going to compare numbers and approximate data. We determine the value of simple transactions. We will solve mathematical problems using range of methods, like different approach to do mathematical problem. Then we demonstrate our ability to carry out basic algebraic manipulation. So normally the common letter they use in algebra is like X and Y. Sometimes you can use A and B. When you use X and Y, it could be any number. X and Y, they are variables. So it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be negatives. So they are variables does not mean that they get. So X could be 1 or 2. But the most common letter we use in algebra is X. So the first one now is that we want to compare numbers. We want to compare numbers and approximate data. So I told you before that in statistics, sometimes you estimate. When you estimate, it's not the actual number that we're talking about. It's not the actual number. It's approximately that number. But it's not exactly equal to that number. So it could be less than the original number or more than the original number. So for us to approximate now, we need to be able to compare those numbers together. So the first thing is that, so in lessons now, you will revise less and more than sign. So when you see the sign, what's it called? It's like if you use your left elbow, it means less. Your right elbow means greater than. So for example, now we compare 28 and 32. We know that comparing the numbers with 2 times and a number with 3 times. Okay, now the 10th value of this one is what? 2, and the 10th value for this one is what? Is 3. So which one have a greater 10? No, the second one has a greater 10. So that means that 32 is going to be what? It's going to be greater. So you start if it's like 3 numbers. If it's 3 numbers like 7, 6, 4. If it's like 7, 6, 4 and 9, 2, 0. You compare the 100 value. So 920 will be greater because the 100 value for 920 is 9, and the and the 100 value for 764 is 7. So 920 will be greater than what? Than 764. That's it. So you compare them based on the value. So if it's 3, just try and compare what's equal to. So for example, now for a number like this, like 7642 7643. You know, when you compare the 1,000 values together, they are both 7. 100 values together, they are both 6. 10, yeah, 10 they are 4. So 1 is what? 3. So 3. This one is going to be more than this. Going more than that, yes, because the 10th value, the ones is higher than the other one. But another one is that, so that's actually how you need to do. So when you want to write it, you just have to 38 is greater than what? Than 31. So let's now go to approximate now. So for example, now what we have to do basically is that we want to round to the nearest 10, to the nearest 100, and to the nearest 1,000. So to approximate to the nearest 10, you look at the digits in the 10th column. So the approximate of the to the nearest 100, you look at the digits in what? In the hundreds. So if you want to do to the nearest 1,000 too, you look at the digits in what? In the 1,000th column. So for example now, so if it's 5 or more increase, so let's look at a typical example so you can understand what I'm talking about. So looking at this first example now, it said that round the following to the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000. So they gave all this number to be what? To be 4, 8, 5, 3. 4, 8, 5, 3. That tells you that what? The 100, this is the 100, this is the 1,000, sorry. The 100.
The 1,000, right? 4,000.
Yeah, it's 4,000.
Then 800.
Yes. Yeah, it's 800. And this what? 10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is what? Ones.
This ones.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, so look at, for example, if we just run to the nearest what? 9 to the nearest 100. To the nearest 10. Look at the 10th value now. Can you see this is the 10th value?
Yes.
So what you need to do is that you check the number after 10th value. So when you look at it, this is what you do. You do a 10th value, you put a line there. You get it? So you now check this number. Is this number more than 5 or less than 5?
Less than 5.
So when it's less than 5, that number turns to 0. So it's going to be 4. The answer is going to be 4, 8, 5, 0.
5, 0.
Yeah. So let me give you another example. If it's like this, if it's like 4, 8, 5, 9, you put this thing like this.
4860.
Yeah, 4860, because 9 is more than what? It's more than 5. So that's actually how you run. Yes. So if you are rounding to the nearest, 100, so look at the 100 value. Can you see? You put this in there. So you consider this one. So which one? Is this one more than 5 or less than 5? It's like if it's 5 or over. If it's 5 or over, you get it, and that is what you do. So this one becomes what? So this one changes to what? If it's 5 or over, this 8 will change to 9. So it's going to be 4900.
Okay.
So for example now, 4853. This is the 100. This is the 100 value now. So you put a line here. If this one is more than 5, because it's more than 5, so this one will change to the next number. It becomes 49, and this one becomes 00. Yes. 00. Always change to 00. So it's going to be 4900. So the nearest 1,000 too. So the nearest 1,000. If you see this one, yeah, it's going to be what?
5,000.
Yes, going 5,000. Yes. So you are rounding this one directly. So you will see the same thing applicable to the next example too. Can you see to the nearest 10, 100 distance? So so just do this one for me. You round it to this. You got me 9, 7, 2, 6. Help me round it to the nearest 10, 100, and 1,000.
So nearest 10, that's gonna be 9, 1.
No, sorry, this is 7. Sorry.
Okay, 9730.
Yes, 30. So what about the nearest 1,000? To the nearest 100?
It's gonna be 9,800.
9,800.
No, it's less, so it's gonna be 600.
Yes. So if it's so, for example, now to the nearest 10, you say it's going to be 9730. So the nearest 100, what is it?
Nearest 100.
Yeah.
It's 800.
No, it's going to be, look at it, to the nearest 100. This 100, now you push the line here. This
Okay.
one, this 2 is less than 5, so it's going to be 9. It's going to be 9700.
00.
Yeah, because this 2, I will consider the 2, because that 2 is less than 5, so it's going to be 9700. And this other one too, to the nearest 1,000, you put it there. You go, sorry, 9726. You put the line here. So because this one is more than 5, so it's going to be what? This one change to the next number. You get it? So it's going to be 10,000.
All right.
Yeah, and it's going to be 10,000. That is it. So we want to determine the value of what now? Of simple transactions. So problem solving is a great way to put money transaction knowledge into practice. And you think about how money is used in real world. So the first thing you have to, for example, now a lot of people normally struggle on how to actually do word problems. So the reason why they struggle is that they don't have the knowledge. They don't have, not actually they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the patience to read through what the questions actually means. So there's this thing I devised that you can actually use to solve use when you want to solve questions with word problems. So for example now, remember this now. Okay, now rucksack. They call it the rucksack. So the rucksack means what? You read first the question carefully, understand and underline and understand the keywords. Choose the correct operation and method, solve the problem, answer the question, then check your words. You're working out. Read the question carefully, underline and understand keywords, choose the correct operation, solve the problem again, and answer questions and check your working out. Yes. So let's look at an example now. Don't forget we're doing what we're going to do rucksack. So the first thing that you have to read. So Charlotte saved £18.45 of money, and she got for her birthday £11.53 of the money she earned from babysitting her brother. How much money has she saved altogether? She saved this of money for her birthday, and she saved this. So when you say altogether, how much she saved altogether? When you see this thing altogether, it means what? You have to add. Yeah, you have to add it together. So that's what it means. So you have to, that's what, say, underline and understand. So underline and highlight it. So Charlotte saved this of money, and she got for her birthday is what? And this for babysitting her brother. So how much money did she save altogether? So to choose what you have to do, you have to add it. So you add it together. I thought you have to add previous lesson. So just add £18.45 plus £11.55 gives you this. That's it. When you see all together, or you say what's the sum? You get it? It means what? It means that you have to what? You have to add.
Add.
So if they tell you that what the difference between you get it and two, it means what? You have to take it away. When you say what's the difference between something, you have to what? You have to take it away. That's it. So look at this one now. Another question. So a cake costs £2.10. So how much do 5 cake cost? So the first thing you have to read on the line. When you underline now the keywords, the cost is how much the 5 cake cost. So we know the cost. We know the cost of a cake cost this.
Yes.
So when you say how much does 5 cake cost, you have
So
to what? Multiply. Yes, that's multiply. So you have to multiply. That is it. So you have to multiply it. So it's going to be what 5 lots of this is going to be what 5 times 2.10. That's going to be £10.50.
£10.50.
So another one is this. This is another problem solving. I'll still give you some work to actually do on it. So number problems are often in context of what of typical what's called involving money again. So it could be fractions or decimal. So this example now. So Mr. Brand has 2 jars of sweets. The jar contains the same number of sweets in total. Then you say it contains the same number of sweets. Just 25% of the sweets in the jar are mint, while 2/5 of the sweets in jar B are mint. So when you say 25%, 25% means a quarter. Okay?
Right.
25 means what? 25% means a quarter. What does 50% mean?
Half.
Yes, half. What does 75% mean?
Sorry, what?
What does 75%? 75. What does it mean?
Then it's going to be 75%, right?
Mm-hmm. So that percent means what? It means three quarters.
3/4, right?
Yes. So when you say 2/5, 2/5 means 2/5.
Yes. Half.
So there are 10. Yes. So there are 10 meats there. There are 10 meats. There are 10 meats sweet in the jar. So that asks you to find what? Say how many main sweets are there in jar B? So turn this slide. So let's look at this slide now. It's on the slide for solution. So step A, just look at the information given. There are 10 mints sweets in jar A. So they have given you that. There are 10 mints in jar A.
Yes.
Because so if there are 10 mints in jar A, then you also know that what? 25% of the sweets in jar A are mints. That means that 25% equals to 10.
10.
Okay? Because when you see that there are 10 mints in jar A, and that 10 is 25% of actually what is in jar A. So you know that what? That 10 is 25%.
Right.
So what is now going to be 100%? So for you to, what will you do? Do you know what to do?
Yeah, we can do like multiply by 4, so it's gonna be 40.
Yes, it's going to be 40. That's going to be 40. So this 1 times 4. And this 2 times what? Times 4. You get it? So another one is this. And let me give you another one in case. If they say that, if they tell you that 75% is equal to like 24, equals to 24.
Okay.
What is going to be 100%?
75 multiplied by, it's gonna be 3. 24 multiplied by 3.
No, because if you know that this one is 75%,
Yes.
So you have to find 25% first.
Mm-hmm.
So when you want to find 25%, you divide this one. Divide it by what? By 3
Okay.
to get 25. So what is 25 divided by 3? It's going to be what? 25.
Yes, 25.
You also divide this one 2 by 3. That's going to give you what? 8. So from 25%, it's easy for you to find out what? To find out 100%. Just multiply by
100%.
what? By 4. To get, and this one to by what? By 4. So it's going to be 32. You get it? So
Yeah,
you turn it back to the ones you can easily multiply to get 100 before you can actually do it. So let me give you another one to try. Just because if 80% equals to if 80% equals to 40 equals to 40, what is going to be 100%? Can you try it?
I 46, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Divided by 4.
So it's 40. It's 40. Sorry, not 46. Sorry, 40.
Okay. So we divided 20, right? The 80.
Yeah, you can say 80 divided by yes. You can say 80 divided by 20. Yeah, 80 divided by you can say 80 divided by 2 or
2.
by 4. You can think it to any ones. Any number you think you can actually that is easier for you to get to 100.
Right. So it's gonna be 60.
Okay, let's do it now. So for example, now if you divide, you have to divide. If you divide this one by 8, you get to what? 10%. Isn't it? If you divide this one by 8, you get 5.
Yes.
So from there, you cannot get 100. You multiply this one by what? By 10, and this one by what? By 10. So it's going to be 50. It's 50
50.
percent. Yeah, it's 50. So just try another one again.
I got it now.
Okay, yeah. So try this one. 70% equals to 42. What is now 100%?
So the first thing we will do, divide 70 by,
But you guys are by 7
yes,
to find 10%. Yeah.
to find the percentage, right? Right. So the answer will be 60.
Yes. So, Kwame, if I use something like this, it's going to be 6. Yeah, 60. Yeah, fine. So that's it. So let's move on. They also told us that, so step 1, you know, at this one is 10. So, another information given here is that, let's go to the question. We find that the number of seats in the jar is 100%. So, already done that. 25% is 4 times. So, because it's going to be 40. The 2/5 of in jar B are mints. So, when you say 2/5 in jar B are mints, that means that, you know, and so that what? There are 40 mints there. So there are 40 mints there because the information given here is that it says 10 mints. It says there are 10 mints in jar A. How many mints are in jar B? So together they contain the same number of sweets in total. So if it contains the same number of sweets in total, and you know that jar A, there's 40 sweets in jar A. They are telling you here, yeah, I'm telling you here now that 2/5 of jar B are made. So you find 2/5 of 40. So what 2/5 of 40?
So we will divide by 4. 2. So it's going to be 20.
Yeah. It's going to be what?
20.
No. So when you want to find fractions on a month, you will divide. Divide by the bottom, multiply by the top. So what is 40 divided by 5?
So 40 divided by 5, it's 8.
8. Then you now do 8 times 2. So, you know, it's 2/5 of 40. You will do 40 divided by 5. That is 8. Then 8 times 2. That's going to be 16. So there are what? There are like 16 sweets mints in jar B.
Okay.
There are 16 sweets, yeah, in jar B. So let me just ask you to find I'm coming. What about 3/5 of 60? 3/5 of 60. What is it?
Okay. So 60 divided by 5, it's going to be 12.
Yes.
And then we multiply by 3, so it's going to be 36.
Yes, 36. That is it. It's 36. Thank you. So now let's go to the final part is algebraic equation. So an equation is a statement which with an equal sign taking the two expressions at same value. So for example, now when you say 3x plus 5 equals to 11, that means that the 3x plus 5 and 11, they are the same. It's okay. So solving an equation means finding the value or values of each of the two expressions are equal when they are equal. So for example now, so identity is like when they actually this thing. So let's also look at a quick example. So look at this one now. Is that what? Is that 3a plus 8 equals to what? Equals to 26. So how are we going to do it now? So the first thing is that they are the same. So if this one and this is the same. So when you say 3a plus 8 equals to what? Equals to 26. I will teach you two methods. You now pick the one you prefer. So, you know, when you see this sign here, this is positive 8.
Yes.
No, that's positive 8. So when you move the positive 8 to this place, it becomes what? When it crosses that equal sign,
it becomes negative.
It becomes negative. So it's not going to be 3a equals what? 26 minus 8.
Minus 8.
Yes. So it now becomes what? 3a equals what? 26 minus 8 is what?
18. Oh. Yes.
Yeah? It was?
18.
Yes, 18. Then it says 3a. That means what number can you multiply by 3? That is going to be equal to what? 18. So what you will do is that you will now do 18 divided by 3. So it gives you what? 6. That's it. Yes. So that means that A is 6. So can you see A is 6? So that is it now. So we have to like give you questions to do. You get it? And just hold on. I'm going to give you questions to do so we can I can understand. So I'll be able to be confident that you understand it. So sorry, can you do this one please? A, D, G, and J. Can you do it please?
Okay. I'm done.
Okay, yeah. What's A?
A 3.5.
No, you have to look at it now. Look at it. The first thing you have to do what? Remove this one here. So it's going to be what? It's going to be 9 minus 3. What's that?
3. 7.
6.
Okay, that's right. By mistake.
So 2x equals to 6. Then x equals to 3. You get it? Because 6 divided by 2 is yeah.
Yes, 3. By
What
mistake,
you get?
I wrote it 7. That's why.
Okay. So what about D?
3. X3.
X is what? 3, yeah. What about G?
W is equal to 11.
Hmm?
11. G answer is 11.
Okay. What about J?
6.
6, yes. That's good. So what about M? Can you help me do M?
M. Okay, I will do it now. Four.
Mm-hmm. Is what?
4.
4. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. So no problem. Come on, just hold on a sec. So so look at this one, that one too. When you see something like this,
Okay.
that next one, what you need to do is that you will move this one just like this here, so it becomes positive. So it's now
Positive.
going to be C over 2 equals what? 6 plus 4 is 10.
10.
So for you to find out what C could be, just multiply 2 times 10,
Okay.
20. That's it. So can you help me do Q and R now, please?
Okay. $60.
So, yeah, 60. What about R?
I'm still doing. Just give me 1 minute. 81.
Yeah, I'm coming. It's going to be 81. Yeah, you're right. So look at this type of question.
Okay.
Sometimes, they give something like this, like x plus 1, x plus x plus 1 equals to, divided by 2 equals to 9. So you move, the first thing you do, you multiply this by this to make it linear. So it's going to be x plus 1 equals to, what is 9 times 2? 18.
18.
So for you to now find out what x is, just do 18 minus 1. So x will become 17. That is it. So it's just it's straightforward. It depends on it's very easy. Can you do B and C for me, please?
C.
B and C. B and C.
Okay.
So you multiply 8 and 4 before you.
Yeah, so I multiply it. So the answer was 18.
No, 4 times 8 is going to be 32.
Are talking about D, right?
No, I'm talking about, oh, okay. I'm talking about, okay, no problem. You multiply this, is 18. I was talking about B before. Multiply, no problem. You multiply this with what? That's going to be 18. Then you now
18.
divide 18 by 2. That's going to be 9.
9.
Yeah. So if you want to do B2, you multiply 4 by 8, 32. You now add 3 to it. That's going to be 35. You get it? So I will send those things to you, and I'll give you feedback about your work.
Okay.
So this is the final one now. Sometimes they can write this thing in words, and they ask you to form equation with it. Roland is X years old. His friend Colin is 3 years older than Roland. When you say 3 years older, that means that you have to say, Roland is X years old, so Colin is what? 3 years older than Roland. So 3 plus X. That's Roland's age. When you say older, it means what? You add 3 plus X. So write down the equation for this formation. You said, other than Roland. Colin is 19 years old. So it's going to be what? 3 plus X equals to what? Equals to 19. So you now say X will be equal to what? 19 minus 3. So X equals to 16. So that is Roland's age. That's it. So you know what I will do? I will mark the if you can try and get your homework across to me as soon as possible. I will mark the two of them together, and I will give feedback next week, Thursday. Is it okay? So
Yeah,
that
right.
where you like to improve on and things like that. So that is that. It's okay. It's a very short topic. It's not that much. It's okay. So I'll give you questions to do. Then from there we'll see how it goes. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right. Take care.
Bye. Yeah. Just press leave. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.